Hello. So we are live here with my super mentor, the best mentor I've ever had. His name is Brad. He's from the creative brand framework.com. And I've joined him basically 2 weeks ago on day 17. And I've already recovered my money. And so, wow, this strategy that I'm implementing from him is changing my life right now. Brad, wow, thank you so much, by the way, first and foremost, for coming up here.
Quite an introduction, man. Don't hype me up too much. Don't hype me up too much. But yeah, man, appreciate you having me on here, man. And it's been quite a pleasure to work with you in just the short amount of time that you've been working with me and seeing just the speed of implementation that you've been able to take things and how quickly you were in the trenches of affiliate marketing for a year, right? And then in the matter of 2 weeks, you just essentially doubled what you were doing and potentially tripling that even more in the first month, which is awesome, man. So happy to be here and looking forward to this conversation and share some value.
Awesome. For some people that are watching this, they have been seeing my videos regarding the rule of seven that I've learned from you. Tell me, Brad, like this strategy really works amazing. Why does it work so well?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love the rule of seven, the rebranding, and actually, I want to give proper credit where credit's due. I actually learned this strategy from my mentor, whose name is Ravi Abuvala. He runs a business called Scaling with Systems. He actually has a couple businesses. Both of them are eight-figure businesses. But essentially, with the 7 hour rule, the rule of seven, whatever you want to call it, is thinking about things from this mindset of trying to get as much content in front of your leads as possible before you even try to sell them anything or give them any sort of offer, right? So it's not just someone comes on TikTok, sees you, clicks on a link, and gives you $2,000, right? The natural progression of how something like that works is someone might see you on TikTok. Maybe they come into your Facebook group. Maybe they get an email from you. Maybe they get a direct message from you on Facebook. Maybe they see you on a live. Maybe they see your YouTube video. Maybe they schedule a call with you, don't purchase. Maybe they see another YouTube video, schedule another call with you, and then they buy, right? So this is kind of the approach that we have at CBF with all of our clients is we try to get as much content as possible in front of these leads to get them further down the funnel, to get them towards that 7 hours of content that we want them to consume before even trying to make them an offer. And this allows us and our clients like yourself and all of the people that we work with to close deals at 30-40% rate for high ticket items. And we've really structured things this way. And what's really exciting for you is like you're still doing a lot of this manually, right? And what you're going to learn over the next couple of months working with us is how to do all of this on automation. So you just have someone schedule a call with you, and it's like you get a text message, you get a voicemail drop, you get an email campaign automated, you get different emails from different places, you get people reaching out to you, all of that on automation. And that's how you can really scale your business with health. So you're not in this position where a lot of people find themselves where it's you're generating more revenue from your business, but you're also working more, right? And you can't scale that way because let's say I want to make $20,000 a month, and right now I'm making $5,000 a month, and I'm working 40 hours a week, but it's going to cost me a lot of time, let's say 80 hours a week to get to that 20K a month. You can't scale that. But if it's, hey, let's get to 100K a month, and I'm still only working 40 hours a week, that's something that you can push forward and scale with.
Yeah, I totally see it. Yeah, and the automations make a lot of sense since it's all about giving them high valuable content, and those connections, those touch points really help on the conversion, right? One of the things that I was really struggling before starting with you guys was really being all over the place and not having a conversion method that really worked. Since I was promoting high tickets product also, and I wasn't basically getting sales. And since I joined you guys, and I follow the method, like everything just fall into place and it just works. So you already told me like kind of why is it all working, why it kind of works, because all the systems working together, nurturing, um, that all working. Um, but also this also there, we get them on the phone, and I think this is a big part of it, of the conversion. Can you tell me more about that part?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And actually, I'm hearing like a little bit of feedback when I'm speaking.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
okay. I'll lower here my.
yeah, maybe if you just like mute it. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Sorry, I'm just like I'm talking and hearing myself talk to myself.
Okay, I
We
already. Can
Yeah, we're
you?
good now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good now. Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things, and just to kind of back up a little bit, so I actually started out my business in the high ticket sales space. So I was selling high ticket products. So initially, I was selling a YouTube ads course and a Facebook ads course, and then I started promoting a sales training course, and I kind of leveraged that and turned it into affiliate marketing. And that's when I started doing, both, right? So I would do affiliate marketing and I would do sales for those affiliate products. And then I started building my own products, my own coaching programs, my own digital products, my own courses, things like that. But I think one of the biggest points that gets missed in not just online business, but any business is the ability to effectively be a good salesperson. And a lot of times there is this misconception of like, oh, I don't want, and I hear a lot of these objections of like, I don't want to sell. I don't want to get on the phone with people. I don't, the used car salesman mentality, right? Of like, I don't want to push people. I don't want people to feel like, I'm trying to sell them something. The reality of the situation is if you have a business that can provide those folks with a transformation, get them from point A to point B, and you know for certain that you can deliver on what you're promising, then you have every right and every obligation to get them into your program because you know that they are going to receive that transformation that you're promising. And look, sales is it's a learned skill. It takes time to refine, and you're going through this process right now. We were actually talking about this yesterday of like
Mhm.
just getting better at sales, right? And it's not about hard selling. It's not about being pushy. It's about making sure your leads are qualified, right? That you're working with the right people, that you can actually deliver on what you're promising, and then showing them the value. And when you show them the value, they will buy at a good percentage. And this goes to whether you're doing affiliate marketing, whether you have your own products, doesn't matter what you're doing. If you can effectively sell, you're growing a healthy business. And then as you scale, you can outsource sales and things like that. But it's such an important skill that I think so many people who are new in business just don't know yet because they haven't learned the skill. And you're in this position now where you're seeing the power of how marketing and sales are intertwined, right? Because it's not like here's marketing and then here's sales, like that's it. It's like sales and marketing are very together. They're part of the glue that holds your business process together. And when you can have both of those dialed in, like you're seeing, it allows you to launch a product at 4K, 5K, 6K, 8K in a matter of weeks if you know what you're doing across the board.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, there's no other better way to put it. Um, that exactly, and that's what I'm seeing right now. Um, and for those people watching, some people know that I'm coming up with my own transformational program that really I want to deliver, and I'm teaching some of the methods that I'm learning with you guys because I have some experience, but it was missing. Like you say, it connects. There's like, for instance, I was thinking my thinking before was just okay. I'm gonna make YouTube videos. I'm gonna I don't want to be texting with people and connecting one on one, but that was a big mistake because. You have to connect, you have to be making connections and touch points, following up and all that stuff. And actually I remember when I had my first breakthrough, I did a lot of that, and now I can see what the power of it. And like you're a six-figure earner, and yet you still do this, which is outbound messaging and connecting with people. So for those watching that think that you it doesn't matter, like that part of connecting, it really matters, like, right?
Oh, 100%. And like, here's what's amazing about that is like you can, and this is the position that we're at with CBF, and we have a team of five now that we have with virtual assistants, with my business partner who handles kind of the CMO role, and then we have a like more of a CTO person who works with us as well. But you can delegate all of these things, right? So I don't do. We run about 200 outbound messages per day, and I don't do any of that. So I have a team of virtual assistants who does the outbound messaging. I have a call setter in place who handles the messaging in between the virtual assistant and when they actually get on the phone with me. And I have a series of automations built into my business. And this is where you're going, Fabio, where I don't essentially have to do anything until I get on the phone with people. But once I get on the phone with them, we've gotten them to that 7 hours of content or got them as close as possible to that 7 hours of content. So the only thing that I have to do is just provide value to them and then work to close the deal. So one word of advice to newer folks, whether you're doing affiliate marketing or whether you're trying to launch a product or whatever you're doing, is you have to spend a lot of time, one, on the phone with your leads, two, in the DMs talking to your leads in the beginning stages. And the beginning stage for me was about a year and a half. I spent about a year and a half inside of the Facebook DMs, the TikTok DMs, the Instagram DMs, talking to my leads, getting on the phone with people, figuring out what they needed. And then I started to outsource that underneath. So it's like, the mentality of like, I'm not going to talk to like, I'm making 10K a month. I'm not doing that. It's like, we're making a lot more than that on a monthly basis. And I'll still get in there in the DMs, even though I have a team doing that. So I think, when we talk about revenue generating activities, the two highest revenue generating activities for your business, one, by far, on the phone talking to your leads. That's the highest ROI activity that you can do. If you can spend all day on sales calls, then you should spend all day on sales calls because that's how your business is generating revenue. Two is in the DMs having conversations with your leads. Massively high value for revenue generation. And I think a lot of people get mixed up because they think it's about perfecting copywriting, which is very, very important, understanding copywriting and how that works, or thinking about things like design or like logo or like the name or that stuff in the beginning stages. I'm not going to say it's irrelevant, but the priority of those things is very low. All of your time should be sales calls, DMs. That's the only thing that matters until you hit, let's say 5K, 10K a month, really 20K a month. And then you can start thinking about like, okay, what's my logo going to look like? How do I build like a good copywriting strategy, maybe a video sales letter, those types of things. But in the beginning stages, I think where a lot of people struggle is with that focus. And like, if you're watching this, the one word of advice that I would give, it doesn't matter what business you have, talk to your leads as much as possible because those conversations are going to snowball into conversions down the road.
Man, I just love what you said. Those are two golden big nuggets that if people just follow that, they will be, it's amazing. Because honestly, that's exactly what I was doing wrong. I was not doing that. And by doing that and getting them and getting with people on the phone, I can actually see what they need because they have all these problems. And like we say, like you say, we take notes, and then we're seeing where people at, and it's just amazing. It just works absolutely amazing. And wow, I can't it's just awesome. So Brad, tell me something. How do you spend most of your time? So
In, inside of work or outside of work?
outside and then inside.
Okay, well, I like that. So for me, the disconnection between business and life is like essentially none. And like, I'm not saying I work like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but like a lot of my time and energy obviously goes into work and business and what I'm doing. Um, outside of work, I like to travel, man. It's on. I'm in Medellin, Colombia right now. And I used to live before I was in Colombia. I lived in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and Tulum, Mexico, kind of on the Yucatan coast of Mexico. I was there for about a year. I lived in Thailand for a year and a half. I've spent time in tons of different places in Asia, Hong Kong, India, Nepal, Singapore, Vietnam. Um,
Damn.
Places like Guatemala, Costa Rica. So really, for the last 3+ years, I've not necessarily been like nomading, but I've what I like to do is live somewhere and then kind of travel off of there. So that's kind of a passion of mine, is exploring the world. And what that's done for me, in the bringing it back to the business context, is allowed me to grow a lot faster. Because prior to what I'm doing now, I used to work in the finance industry. So I was, Joe Schmo corporate job, right? Sitting in front of a desk every day, running numbers on Excel spreadsheets for a multi-billion-dollar company where my, small amount of money that I was managing was irrelevant, right? I left and nothing changed. And that's kind of what inspired me to go out and see the world, is being stuck in this kind of bubble. And then
Hmm.
when you travel and you go out places, you experience the world and you see different people, your level of growth and development as a person gets sped up to a hyper degree. And that, I know it might be hard to connect the pieces for someone who's new, but that translates directly into business, because there's these experiences that you can tap on, these scenarios, these uncomfortable situations of like, hey, I'm a 22-year-old guy, and I just took a plane from New York City to Thailand, and I don't know anyone. Like, what do I do? Like that type of like uncertainty and uncomfortableness plays directly back in when it's like, oh, like I'm in my business right now, and we're like in a big hurdle, we're struggling, we're in a dip, we're in a rut. How are we going to get out of it? I can leverage those experiences of like being in just wild situations, and it helps me in my business directly. So that's like kind of one of my passions. But as far as
Wow.
like bringing it back to like inside the business, so I try to focus all of my tasks right now, are built around team building, delegation, and system building at this particular phase in my business. So I'm building out with my team complex systems on the back end that will eventually allow me and my partner to decrease our work hours and increase revenue simultaneously. Kind of what we were talking about earlier, where it's like, we want to increase revenue quickly, but I don't want to go from 50 hours, 60 hours a week to 90 hours a week. I want to go double the revenue, and I'm working 30 hours a week now. So it's like I'm kind of widening that gap between time input and revenue output. So that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. But a lot of that is like system building. I'm on calls all the time, sales calls, talking to my team, things like that. So that's kind of the structure of everything. Kind of a long-winded answer there. You got a little bit of a tangent, but that's
Yeah.
what I do. That's kind of how the process.
Awesome. So we're gonna have this call is gonna be 30 minutes. So anybody that has any comments, any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'll ask Brad. Um, but okay, so yeah, I can see that's really, and I can really see that happening with your business. The way you work, it's really awesome. You just go straight to the point. So yeah, regarding you were saying about the lifestyle you're having, it's incredible that I had the same experience. I went to Thailand and I lost the airplane, and I had to stay there, so I had to figure things out. And it's interesting that that moment in my life is the moment that got me to where I am today, because that's when I saw there was people traveling in Thailand just having fun, and in working from on the internet, and I was blown away, and I was like, that's what I'm going to do. and and it really, and so that, and I see now you're doing that, you're traveling all over. I feel that like doing that right now, because I love it. But just because of the COVID situation and doing testing, I'm not comfortable doing that. But I see myself doing that as well, because being in a different country, it really gives you an impact in your life like crazy, like you're saying. So definitely something. recommend it. Anyways, so yeah, that's that. And yeah, so one let me see, where should I tackle more. So let me think. What are some
Yes.
thoughts you have about uh, like what's next for you?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So basically, what we're trying to do here is,
You kind of already told me that, but go
yeah,
ahead.
it is scale pretty quickly. So we're in kind of this phase of our business where it's starting, to kind of go into the delegation and the scaling. But I kind of want to talk more about like what your process has been, because I know initially, like you found us and then we had a call, and initially, like, we're going back to sales. We actually talked about this yesterday on a mastermind call. Like, I had to do a little bit of pushing on the sales call to show you the value, right? And I remember I said on the sales call, I was like, look, man, if you come in and you implement everything, you'll be able to see a return on an investment, like probably in the first month, and you've already done that in like 2 weeks, right? So what was going through your head, like, at the time of, like, when you found us, when you started working with us, the speed of implementation, how things have changed? Like, what has that process been like for you with working, with CBF over the last couple weeks?
Okay, so the process. So before even investing in myself, um, so before when I went on the call with you, it was the process was interesting, and then the way you led me and you touch all the points, and then it was a big investment for me. Like honestly, I told you I didn't have the full amount, but then you say, but then we talked and then we made a plan, and I went all in. And I remember telling myself, man, Fab, you deserve to invest in yourself like this. And I really believed in what you had, because I was at creativebrandframework.com and I saw all the stuff. So I was like, wow, this is just the way they do it, the omnipresence, the nurturing, the then to the sales call, then the sales process, the closing. I mean, it made all sense to me. It was like it's all the pieces that I was missing. It was there, so I was kind of already sold when I jumped on the call with you. And then because I made that huge investment in myself, I was like the biggest investment I ever made in myself, which I'm happy I did, because if I didn't, I would be still making low amount of money. Now I'm going to different levels. So the thing is, then I joined. The process of joining was simple. I went into the training, was absolutely amazing. They really cover the stuff that is necessary, like the branding, the avatar, working on the market, and just the training is so simple yet spot on, easy to understand. um, the mastermind, Brad and Nina, both two people that are just, just there to help, nothing else, just so focused on the helping and so focused on getting just unbelievable type of commitment. And I was like, wow. And I just kept applying what I was learning, and it was amazing. And then boom, within 1 week I got my first commission, 1,500 in my bank account, in my Stripe account. I was like, wow. I was just blown away. I started jumping. I went eat out. I was like, oh my god. I just found what I needed, in my life. And since then, it's been about 2 weeks now. I'm already having my program out, right? I've made a couple of sales already. It's going good. I hope I can get. I'm sure that the way that I'm heading, I will reach 10K this month. So from making a couple of $1,000 a month, about 2,000 and a half, 2,000 a month. Now this month, I'm sure I will be at 10K or more, since the way it's going. So the process, it's amazing. I mean, I learn, I apply. I have any questions, I go to you guys. You guys are there to answer. You guys answer with simplicity, but with spot on. So it's all there. The strategy is there, the support is there. It's amazing. Yeah. And I recommend anybody watching this, if man, yeah, I really recommend these guys like 100%, because I'm the testimonial itself. And when I saw their testimonials on the website and everything, it's not just me having success. There's so many people there, so it's absolutely amazing.
That's awesome. So
So
you're
yeah,
gonna
it's kind of the
go
process, man.
from
I'm still learning and applying.
yeah, sure. So you're gonna go from 2K a month to probably over a 10K month in the first month working with us.
Oh yeah, because I've joined on day
Amazing.
17.
Mhm.
So I'm still, my program starts in Sunday. So up to that point, I still should make a couple of sales. And even after the program, I will be promoting, affiliate products and using this process because it just works. I'm going to be able to make more sales. Yeah.
It's incredible, man. That's what we do it for, right? It's like there's so much, and like you've been in the internet game for a while, right? There's so many people out there that are like promising one thing and not delivering, or saying this, saying that, and not getting the results. But the reason that my partner Nina and I started this business is because both of us had been scammed before. We were in a situation where we invested thousands of dollars into programs that said, we're going to do this thing and you guys are going to get this result. And it just didn't happen. Right. And we wanted to create this with the results being the number one thing, and massive over delivery being a core value, that being radical transparency. With, you see how we communicate and operate on mastermind calls, is like, do this, do this, do this, boom, boom, boom. Like we're not going to sugarcoat anything. Like, everyone's here building a business, right? So we treat it dead serious, like a business should be treated. One, that radical transparency, and then two, massive over delivery with this kind of, and this is what you're doing too, is like this inside out approach where it's like, we want our clients to get such amazing results that the program just sells itself, right? It's not like we have to convince people or promise people you're going to get this, you're going to be that. It's like, look, these are the results that our clients get. We've had multiple people hit 10K months in the first month. We have multiple clients that we're working with doing between $10 and $25,000 a month consistently, and you're about to be one of those as well. It's like, if you work with us, these are the results that you will get if you come in, if you work hard, if you apply the skills, because the system that's in place, it works. But to that same extent, being radically transparent, if you don't put in the work, and this is a testament to you and the work ethic that you have, like, if you don't put in the work, no, you're not going to receive the results, right? That's any business. If you're not working hard, if you're not taking some sort of risk, if you're not investing, you won't see those results. But if you do, if you take the time, if you put the energy in, if you visualize what you want to accomplish, you put things into practice, not only are you going to see results, but you have the ability to see results quickly and then take those quick results. And this is where you're going right now, which is super, super exciting, is to make those exponential, right? To go from that 2K month to that 10K month to the 20K month, 30K month, to expand it to whatever scale that you want to with your business, with the focus being on how can I get my clients results, and then with that being, the forefront, how am I also going to generate as much revenue as I can for my business?
Hmm. Yeah, because when you learn to do it right, and then you teach that way or similar, and it works, then it makes sense, because it's worth that price. It's worth, because the results you get after it makes sense. And I'm so glad that I've invested with you guys, because now I'm at a completely different point in life, financially and just knowledge wise. So I'm very excited. Thank you. By the way, guys, so I'm going to leave right now, right here on the screen, creativebrandframework.com. That's where I went to go ahead and purchase this. You guys need to get on the call, of course, to see if you're a good fit for it or not, because if you're not an action taker, and if you're just, Brad doesn't take everybody, right? So, um, and also I have my own program as well, which is this one. It's on the screen. It will close the last day is Sunday. We'll start on Sunday actually. So you have today and tomorrow to schedule a call with me and learn from me from the knowledge that I've acquired as well from them and my own stuff as well. So with that said, Brad, thank you so much for taking the time for coming here, buddy. Uh, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Of course, happy to be here. And anyone listening, like if you're considering working with Fabio, work with Fabio. He is one of the hardest working people I've ever worked with. He knows what he's doing and he will absolutely get you the results. So if you're that person who's getting into affiliate marketing, just getting started, learning the ropes, looking to grow and expand, Fabio's your guy, 100%, and we're backing him all the way. So yeah, make that investment, and it's going to pay off for you 100%.
Awesome. Thank you for that because I really want to give transformations to people and I will do whatever it takes. It has to be this way as you teach. We want to deliver the results so we can get those testimonials and those case studies. So thank you very much, my friend. And yeah, no, there's no questions coming in, so that's okay. And yeah, I'm looking forward to having some other time with you.
Absolutely, always a pleasure, Fabio. Great to be on here and provide some
All right.
value.
All right, buddy. Cheers.
All
Have
right,
a
see
good
ya.
day. See you soon. Bye.